Hello and welcome to episode 64 of Films and Swim. I'm your host, Andrew Walker. I'm with me today again,
Michael Guthrie.
Michael Guthrie, aye.
Yeah.
Right, what film are we doing today? We're doing Goon.
We're doing Goon.
For 2011, which my wife thought it was in 2004 for some reason.
No, because I mean we had a premiere at the cinema and we had like it was with the 5 flyers down and the 5 flyers never came, but some of the fans did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a highlight. You know, that was a great night. Love this film.
Right, it was directed by Michael Dowes. Is that how you say it? I think so.
Yeah.
Director of It's All Gone Pete Tong and What If.
Never heard of either.
I've heard of It's All Gone Pete Tong, but never ever watched it. It's in shit. Right, it stars Sean William Scott as
Yes.
Doug Gillette.
Doug the Thug. Gillette.
Yes.
The man himself.
I keep calling him Jay Bechamel. I call him Bechamel because it's just easier. It's white sauce. Looks like white sauce. Pat, he is.
Yeah.
Alison Pill. I take it that's the fucking ginger slut.
Yeah. Well, she's not ginger in this. Is she the one for Scott Pilgrim?
I think so.
That plays the drums.
Think so.
I sure was actually looked up this shit, but I sort of thought there's quite a Scott Pilgrim vibe to this film.
Maybe.
Sorry, yeah.
I do see that. Like, there you
Fair
go.
enough.
Right, Levi Schreiber, the fucking cokehead.
He's Beast.
Eh?
He's Beast.
Who's Beast?
No, he's not Beast. He's Sabretooth for the X-Men films.
Oh, I'm thinking of the other guy. Dr. Black, Eugene Levy. Aye, that fucking Levi Schreiber's fucking
Yeah, he's Sabretooth for
Ross, the
X-Men,
boss, Rhea, and Eugene Levy.
Yeah.
The coke fucking. He's like dances with coke. Just loves the fucking snot that shit.
Oh.
You know that fucking cunt for fucking American Pie?
Aye.
The dad, that's what he does.
Alright.
He lives in a house made of cocaine.
Fair enough. It is a sort of like half the cast of American Pie too, though. But that's
Guy, come on, there, didn't say half the cast. Wait, right, where are we? What's the plot in this thing, Guthrie, you damn dick?
So how loose do you want this, or do you want me to let you get your thoughts in and then we go back and have the nice big spiel? Or
just loosely start with.
So basically, Doug is a security guard at the beginning of the film. He's a nobody. His family are all quite well off, Jewish lawyers, so on.
Jewish, so you couldn't have got a good job. It doesn't matter what they do.
He's a bit sort of
Aye.
but he's a nice guy. That's it. He's got a heart to go, whatever you want to call it. Goes along to a hockey match, heckles, gets spotted as the fact that he can actually beat the shit out of somebody, and then he sort of makes his way through the ranks to become a professional hockey player. We'll leave it there.
Well done. So, what do you think of the film?
Oh, wait a second here. The film was... Oh, love it.
Is it just because it's a hockey film and you're a hockey fan?
There's a bit of that, but it's also the violence in it, and it's just like... It's like any sort of... I like the Warrior and all these sort of... There's a bit of fighting in it. It's the fact there's a bit of story to it. You need to have much... More fighting,
less story. Just basically you want to see bum fights.
That could be a good film. Bum fights on ice.
Aye. Well, this film's just basically the water boy.
I was in the high street earlier and there was a guy playing his guitar and like he was in for like £1. That's a step above being a bum.
Yeah.
But I reckon for maybe like £3 there's bum number 1 for this fight. Another £5 maybe to another bum someplace else.
We're going to get Black Bob for 10 beef. He'll fight anybody for a sandwich.
For a sandwich?
Aye. Anything that's fucking no rotten.
There we go, so we've got our bums ready, we just need some ice.
Right.
I've got a let's go to the ice rink,
just get a hose out and put it in your kitchen.
Anyway, moving on.
Right, where were we?
Moving on and starting again, because that was embarrassing. Anyway, right, I love the film, I love the Black Bob, so what we're going to do is we're going to soap up a floor, add some baby oil, water, whatever we can.
No, baby oil's for your fantasy only.
No, baby oil for the floor because it makes like ice and slidey.
Oh, I was just going to get a hose and pour water in it and freeze it. Real ice.
So that works, eh? Fair enough.
Do that.
But how much ice do you need to freeze a kitchen floor? Just like dump the...
Maybe about 2 feet.
That's fine, right? So we've got a built-in ice rink, 2 bombs.
Aye.
Is it a fight to the death or is it...
Of course. What other kind of fight is there?
And then what we do with the body, that's the next thing.
That's up to the other cunt.
That's up to the bum because
The winner owns the other person, so
fair enough.
you could eat him, you could fucking shag him, do what you want with him. It's yours. It's your responsibility. He broke into my house and started beating him on my ice rink.
He started fighting that random bum.
Just started fighting.
Can you imagine that waking up and just like going on and he come downstairs it's like bum wars, just like
Still fighting, half making a sandwich, half punching some cut in the puss.
Anyway, it's jack all to do with the blood, but
that would be a good fucking film.
Well, actually no, that's like how the film starts. Where he's a bouncer and he's in the back alley beating up a bum for the other guy and he's like, I'm sorry, and he's like punching him in the face repeatedly. It's just like,
don't look at the budget, you dick.
And then so he goes back into the bar and there's like this old guy and he's on a jukebox and he's like, I won, I swear I won, where's my money? And he's like, there's no money, it's a jukebox. And he's like, oh, the guy must be about 100. Should just punch him there and then.
Just finish him. So it's time Google Meteor Maker. Oh yeah. Then he get a nerd tattoo on his haunch.
I was going to say that's something about the tattoos he had. Like,
how fucking chubby did fucking he look?
Oh aye, but then that's obviously the role that is. I love the fact that how bad his ice skating really is. It's like, so you're in a film about ice skating and you couldn't skate.
Maybe that was what they wanted.
Oh yeah, well
I want a funny, you can't fucking skate. And I want you to be a hockey foul. DJ.
He did do the role because that is basically him. Apart from it, it's that sort of, even Stifler's that sort of dumb.
Nah, he's not that dumb though.
Stifler's cool.
He's just too much like it's like Waterboy on ice. This is just like the ice hockey version of Waterboy.
Do you know that's still a good film?
I know, I like it.
Yeah, so anyway.
Crocodiles are hungry and tasty, and they've got fucking brains that get hungry all the time.
I was thinking it was sort of like Happy Gilmore meets ice hockey as well.
He doesn't fucking like going to big tirades of how fucking angry
maybe he's a kick-ass a really shit golfer, wannabe golfer, become the ice hockey player. So it's like
maybe that's just like anti fucking Happy Gilmore. It's the reverse. I'm a shit golf player, but I'm really good at hockey. And he's a shit hockey player that's really good at golf.
That's two of my favourite sports rolling to one there. That's you could be onto something.
I'm playing an 18-hole course on ice. Fuck that. Alright, where were we? Oh, yeah, let's get on and just talk about this.
First sort of things of the film. The film starts up and it's Greg. Well, not Greg. What's it?
Greg. Who the fuck are you?
No, it's the boss, Rhea.
Aye.
And some black guys like puck drops and straight. He's like, "Well, what a go!" And he just looks at him and he goes, "Your face looks like a pussy," and he just starts pounding him. And I'm just sort of like, "Well, that's what you do to a pussy, yeah. It's just sometimes a 5 knuckle shuffles like you need."
So it needs.
But he just caves the guy's
face.
It'll
be deep in that fucking puss.
But it was the vein on the guy's head that pops, and that's how the film starts. It's like the two of them going, and it's just basically this guy getting pounded, and it goes slow motion, and there's a vein on the guy's head pops, and just the blood spurts, and it follows the blood, hits the ice, and it's like Goon. And it's like, I'm like, yep, that's how you start a film, just
definitely.
But there's some amount of violence as the film goes on, so that's how it starts off. Next thing it goes on is you meet Glate in his life as a security guard, and it's like
how unfulfilled he is.
Yeah, how unfulfilled. Oh, my life's so shit. It's like, I don't know, you look for a pretty good job there. It's like you stand in a bar, you hit on clearly underage girls who has a black person's ID, and just white. And it's like, oh, you have brown eyes in this picture. And it's like, it's not the only thing brown about her, but
he is a sensitive soul.
He's very genuine.
He doesn't have no fucking like prejudices against anyone, gays, Jews.
That's what I love about him more than anything is like how much it's like his brother's gay, but he stands up for his brother at every sense. It's just like, doesn't even matter if somebody's like not saying anything, it's like, you're like, okay, my brother's gay.
A guy kept calling him a faggot or something at the hockey game. Saying, my brother's gay, don't say that.
That's at the start of it when they're fighting. But it's like, I've been that's 2 years of being in the hockey more or less every weekend, and I've never seen a point that there's been two teams all in the ice just rolling around beating the shit out of each other. And it's like, I want to know where these matches take place. It's like, maybe call Trevor the amateur stuff, that might be more
maybe.
But no, it's like, I've never been to a match that's had, you have maybe one or two folks scuffling, but never
the whole fucking rosters fucking beating each other.
What I also quite liked is the idea of his best pal is effectively doing a podcast / TV show. So effectively it's more or less what we are. Apart from we didn't get the call in and get heckled. And I was like
and we didn't have the Trailer Park Boys as the fucking.
And for the last part of the season, I reckon I've said I can give Matt Nickerson of the Flyers his totties in a fight. His biggest issue is he can skate, right? Take his skates off. We'll go at him.
He could run. He could run at you. He couldn't get away.
I reckon he's a big guy, right? But my biggest thing with him is the folk he fight are small. They're never his size. So when I'm on a guy your own size, then it's a bit more hang. So I like that because there's like this sort of thing with life. It was like if I was a fan and I heckle somebody enough, would I fight him if he jumped into the crowd? It's like, so part of it's like this could actually really happen, and then all of a sudden I could be a global star, and it's just like. Like, this to me was like a dream came true. Well,
you were picturing that this could be your life.
It could be, yeah, apart from I'm not a redneck or a hick or
a Jew.
Or a Jew. Well, you never know that. One day I might find money and then automatically become one. Just
maybe get a snip.
Oh, maybe. So it starts off this podcast and they go along to see the local amateur hockey team, which has about 20 folk in the crowds.
Basically,
and basically the whole scene there is just a bloodbath, like every player beating the shit each other. Yet only 2 players get sent off, right? Because there's a flaw in the hockey match straight away, right?
Right, the referee's lost control.
Oh, the referee's lost control. That match should be abandoned there and then.
Right.
So the guy's in the box and they're heckling him, he turns around and he starts calling him a faggot, and that was it's like, my brother's gay, and he keeps going, so he climbs over the box and he's like, he goes to attack the best pal and he just stands up. He just grabs hold of him and just starts battering the guy.
He done absolute rapids.
And the whole crowd starts going mental, or the whole 20 folk, it's like an East Fife game, start going mental there. And the players are all beating each other, all stop to watch this fight and cheer this random guy beating their own teammate up, which is a bit sort of...
He's a dickhead when your own team wants him beaten up.
So he later goes back, his best pals filmed this, goes back to the TV studio, puts it on, and they start getting the calls, and they're like, oh, you're a hero, this, that, next thing, and then the coach of that team calls him up.
Yeah.
To invite him along. Try it. He's like, I want you to come along, blah, and he's like, yeah, fair enough, yeah, and he comes along. Not saying that he can't skate, so the first thing he does is skates on, he's got gear that's too small for him, he's got his brother's figure skates on.
That was awesome.
So
he's got a heel.
He falls on his ass. So he gets up, he's out there, and like everybody deserves a fair shot. Well, the coach is being nice, and like I don't know if it's like one of the obviously their sort of dickheads player comes over and makes another gay remark, and he just destroys him with a punch. And then lays out about 8 different players.
They're all lying about the Grand Leather show.
And it was what was it? The first thing he goes, the coach turns around at that point and he goes, first of all, you just decked your own team, that's a no-go. Secondly, you just decked your own team, good work. Just like
they're all assholes, they deserved it.
So so basically the first game of the thing, it starts off and it has like a couple, I don't know, I must have only about 3-4 games for this team because he can't skate, he gets put on basically.
Shite, he only gets put on to like batter fuck out
so basically one of their players gets nailed off the board and he's like, right, see him there, go, and he sort of like goes over and just beats the shit out of the guy. Goes on like that, and it's like a couple of games later the coach calls him to his office and he's like, right, I've got an opportunity for you.
My brother's got a team.
My brother's got like a team in the whatever there, it would be the AHL over here if it's like a real hockey league, which is
if it was real,
the
NHL,
NHL,
the AHL.
The AHL, yeah, American Hockey League, or it could be the CHL, which is the Canadian one, but yeah, the step below making it pro basically. And so go there, do well, you never know, we might become like amazing. So he gets his call up and goes away to play, but he's there to protect this one player, and this is where the feud builds between him and the Boss Ria. As Boss Ria has destroyed this guy who was, I'm guessing, a top like.
It was like going to be the fucking one of the best in the world.
Like the Messi of hockey, and it was like he goes around and this guy just comes in and like stick checks him to the head and like knocks him out cold.
And he's out for 3 weeks, and then he comes back and he's never the same. He's a shite bag, he's fair to get touched.
However, he's got £5 million and a lot of cocaine and women, which I think worth
it. I'm going to stay in fucking Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Punched in the head, and so he ends up moving in with this guy, which first thing he knocks on the door and walks in and he's like doing some lassie and he's just sort of like, do you mind? Close the door, and he's like, oh okay.
Get the fuck out.
But it was amazing to see, like, in the 3 weeks at that point, he went from not being able to actually stand on ice to being able to, like, a decent skater, like because the coach before had done a wee bit of work with him. So first game they go out there. I think it's the first game and he kills a guy with like a one punch KO. Like he goes on, he kind of skate. The team are Halifax are like the worst team in the league at this point. They don't win. Nobody likes each other. They all beat each other and beating each other all the time. So it's just this random thing as he goes over and it's like hit the guy and he's like right, coach is like right now go stand at that penalty box. So he goes over there like first second game of the season. This guy's talking shit and he just like decks him and that's it. It's like he's the local hero. Everybody's still like coming to see him.
Goes quiet.
And like the next game, his dad and mum come up to visit him, with the best friend. And it's another thing. It's another same sort of thing. It's like the flam gets hit. That's like the guy's there to protect. So and the guy starts mouthing up saying, "See you. I'm gonna rip you a new one." This like the next thing. He gets put in the penalty box. So he's like, right, there's 10 seconds on the clock. Go stand in front of that box. He comes over and he has hold of the guy and single hand piss. Like has hold of him and is punching him with the guy's own fist, knocks the guy out and he's like waving to the crowd like "Mum, Dad." And they go for the meal. I thought it was quite funny. Like Mum and Dad are like, "No." He's like,
"You just skip."
He's like, "Here's my match puck." He's like, "You're just scum now. You disgust me."
Fucking
just
shit.
walks away.
I'm a fucking Jew doctor and he's a Jew teacher and he's a Jew surgeon. You're a fucking Jew thug. Get out of here.
Aye, but surely like even the Jews need muscle.
Do they have any?
Well,
they usually just pay the Irish and the Italians to protect them.
But when they've got the one of their own to do it, do you not want to keep the money within your own? They like to hold on to money, so if you could pay your son a post an Italian guy, your son's then going to give the money back to you via dig money or whatever.
Maybe, that's a thought.
Maybe we need to get a couple of Irish and Italians in for a bit of inbreeding, just sort of
aye.
Beef up or drink up the gene pool.
Dirty the line, the bloodline. But after that, it kind of goes a wee bit sad.
He gets a bit sad and a bit down, and he meets a girl who has a boyfriend, which to me, her sort of role in the film is a bit any point.
Slutty.
Yeah, she's a wee slut. She has a quote near the end of it, which I think is great. She's like, "I've got my boyfriend, and I'm going to stop sleeping with several guys just so I can be with you." And it's like, wait a minute. So you weren't wanting to sleep with him because you're the boyfriend, but you're already sleeping with another several guys. And it's like, wait a minute. He's like so quickly skimmed over there, but it's the amount of beatings he takes throughout the film. So he goes on, and then eventually he scores. He scores with his ass.
Aye. That was how he got the puck.
It was what 3-3 or what? He scores with his ass in the last minute.
It was 2-2 or something.
2-2, aye. And the guy hits a shot and it hits off his ass and goes in and they win the match. And that's their first win all season.
Aye. They pit because that's where that LaFlemme boy hated him because they put him on instead of LaFlemme in the power play.
LaFlemme gets stripped of his captaincy because of this as well. Yeah. And he basically goes from being the guy's alright, he's my protector, so he absolutely hates them, and then the two of them have a sort of a grudge going on. So the next game comes along, and it's the game before he's meant to fight the boss, and it's all everyone's getting built to the film. Like you keep seeing matches of the boss who plays for the Shamrocks, which is a rival team, and he's just destroying folk, and building, and this commentators constantly make remarks about it's going to be the fight of the century, the Glad versus it's like the thug versus the boss, blah blah blah. Game before, and because of this fallout, he stands back and lets Flem get absolutely beasted.
He lets the boy get away from him and gets absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, he just gets like checked to the head, and the Flem's put out for a week or something like that, so he misses. And then he then pounds the guy on the ground, and the guy's face, that's the blood up in the air, and he's just covered in it. He just keeps going. And to me, this is where, like, if we link back to the last one, Poltergeist, the guy's face melted. That was what it sort of looked like. It was just at the end of it. And so he got him a 1-game ban, which, first of all, the second he hit the ice in ice hockey, the referees pull you away. No, he was allowed to sit on top of him, and because I know like the Flyers for the match, and Nickerson last season done that to Frank, because Frank went through the netminder, so Nickerson took the guy to the ground and grounded and pounded him, and he got a 14-game ban. He gets 1 game, so he misses the match with the Shamrocks. But the captain steps up in this match. So basically, the next game comes. He's sitting at the side. He's met Boss. He goes for a walk one night and meets Boss in a cafe.
Like 3 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's up.
Well, in Canada, that there's nothing else to do than sit and eat like somebody else's food for their plate. Which
I'll eat your toast, eh?
It's a bit rank, like, by the way. Like, so they meet some randomly in a cafe and they have like some sort of like, he's like, I respect you, but I'm going to kick your ass.
Fuck your eyes.
And then I'm going to fish your mum just on the side. But it's just a bit sort of. So he leaves at that point. Boss gets up, walks away, and Thug sits there like crying into like somebody half-eaten breakfast that the boss has been eating. And then he starts munching like half-eaten toast, which was totally weird.
Probably a deep fried donut or so for Tim Hortons.
So the next day is the game between Shamrocks and Halifax, and he's not playing, so there's nobody to protect Flam and protect anybody. So the captain,
so the drunken captain,
who's the biggest pussy ever, and he's going through the divorce, but you're his family and he loves you all, and blah.
She wants to take everything, but I'll give her half.
But I want for my other half.
Yeah, I earned that half.
So, first of all, I don't think the players even get paid playing sort of amateur hockey. Well, it's not amateur, it's professional, but I don't know.
It's professional, but it's not like the top tier.
I know, so I'm wondering what they actually get paid in the first place. But I don't know. Train of thought. So the couple of things. So the captain stands up and literally knocked out with one punch, and he goes over and like skates past like Gillette, who's at the other side of the glass, and just looks like it's an up you sort of thing. So that's it. It's built. It's set. It's comes into the final game of the season. If Halifax win,
no, it was
Halifax have to win to go into the playoffs.
No, second last game they have to win to keep their playoffs alive, and then the last game they play fucking Shamrocks again.
So second last game is when it all sort of goes. So the flaming thingy sort of all of a sudden have like the heart to heart. The sort of he goes and just destroys the boy and he's like blowing kisses while to the Flam while he's beating the shit with this guy for him. And it's like at that point, and then you're sort of thinking, there's two fights going on here. It's like. But the Flam, they both just sort of stop and just like, yeah, it's like I love you, I love you, I love you. It's like, I'm going to score for you, and I'm going to like take you in the bum and just like,
I'm going to give you an assist.
So
pass the ball, but actually fucking tries to shoot,
and
fails,
up and the guy scores.
The guy scores for it anyway.
It's like, nice assist.
Then
like,
that will make it 2-2.
2-2, and then
he scores again to make it 3.
He goes on this wee mazy run and like shows the flash of the multi-million pound sort of like what he could be.
Yeah.
So it then goes into the last game of the season. Shamrocks need to
you're missing the main bit. Where like he's got to respect everybody. Where it's like on that second last game. Was it not the second last game where the keeper gets wiped out and it's just him in front of the net? And he fucking dives and takes it to the post.
Brutal. So they're getting to the last seconds. They're winning, and there's probably like 20 seconds on the clock. And the keeper makes about 10 saves and Gillette's standing in front of it just trying to block everything he can, and the keeper gets wiped out, and it's like the last shot of the game, and he like dives slow motion and takes the puck to the face and lands, and the puck lands in front of him, and then
so he scoots across to get her in the rodeo,
and he just sort of like shimmies on the floor, and other players just
10
start
seconds
slapping him in the face and stamps on his ankle. He gets up and his face is just a bloody mess, and it's just like But everybody loves him, and he's like the local hero, and he's like, I get to sell tops that children have my name on. Just like so he's loving it, and it's just like so happy that he's like now even more mentally retarded than he was. He's just destroyed. But his brother's at other games, and his brother loves him, and his best friend's there, and the girl dumps. This is when the girl dumps her boyfriend to be with him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I love you so much, but I also love cock.
Oh no, he doesn't. No, he's a man's man. Oh,
she does.
Oh, she does. Of course, she does.
So he goes to the old boyfriend's house, and he just takes a beating. He just sits there, he's like, I'm sorry, and the boyfriend's like just punching him in the face repeatedly.
So what happened to you? So, if you deserve a beating, you gotta take it.
It's like, well, you don't really.
No, he just didn't go to his house.
He didn't go to his house, and
he's not going to come to you because he's probably a fucking big ass shitbag.
And he knows that you're going to kick his ass because you're Doug the Thug. But so he takes a beating, and he comes to the last game of the season. He barely has an eye that he can open. He's like hanging. And they're all in the changing room, and at the beginning they're all sort of like dicks, and then this they have to be Highlanders, and all get G'd up, and they go up for the big game. And there are a couple of times that the boss basically everything's marked for the fight here, and the boss sets them up so he drops Goss to go, and Boss like, I'm not fighting you, and skates away, and he
He
gets sent off.
pretends to flick his gloves off it, doesn't he?
So that total pisses him off, so he's getting time, so he comes back on and he's sitting there, and so the Flam gets a hit, so the Flam starts to square up with him, and he just jumps the barrier and skates over and just like wipes out the Boss, so they both get sent off for fight, or for I don't know what that would be classed as. Only really, the Boss shouldn't have been sent off.
I know, it was because they
both got sent off anyway for handbags there.
It was because they were fucking Hingway fouled the Flame.
Yeah.
So he was going to get that, but he came on and started with him, so he got it too.
So they both got sent off, so they're sitting in the box, and it's like time clicking down, Spence's building, with like 15 seconds to go, he just sort of like hits the glass and it's like, you ready? He's like, yes sir. It's like, thank you for asking. It's like, really? It's like, I'm going to fuck you up, I'm going to get you a new ass. No, it's like, yes sir, thank you.
I'm going to eat your ass. That's shocking.
I'm going to make you eat your ass.
So,
that's what I meant to say, but I make my easy ass, I know. So anyway, they go, and it starts off, and it's almost like Glut lets him get the first couple of punches in, and then it's just like punch for punch, back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. Then he sort of goes down.
He slips, kind of.
He slips and goes down, and then normally, in every other hockey match ever, that match would be over, they'd be separated, but Rhea's like, no, he's to get back up.
Don't you fucking dare.
The ref's come in, he's going to kill him, he would make them eat their arse. So, gets him back up, but he's got dodgy ankles because the guy stood him in the last match. They're fighting away, and he goes down again. But it's almost. But finally gets a good punch him and breaks the guy's nose.
Aye.
I thought beast that punch. Like that's what I like about it. It's like you actually see him like just going toe to toe, proper going for it.
Yeah.
And the Boss gets a like broken nose, and then but he hits him and he goes over and his ankle snaps.
Aye.
And you can see it. And it's just like the ball, just everything just so wrong. And he gets his way, and it's just like
he's not done.
Music. He's not done. Fists on the ground. Fist press up, hulks up a wee bit, and then goes for it, and they have one more go, and they get some like beast a punch, and they both sort of collapse, but he knocks
the Boss
right out cold,
teeth up in the air and everything.
And that was quite a bit later because he gets all the way through to the back, and he rolls over and goes and spits it up, and the tooth just slow motion up in the air, and he's lying with a grin on his face like, I've been beaten.
The legacy has been passed on.
But what I love is he's going off, as he's going off things like, I'm going to score for you. It's like, and the Flame blows him kissing, and he starts going to wee mazy runs. So 2-0 down at this point.
2-0.
And then he scores like 3 quick fire goals to put them through to the playoffs. And that's how the film ends, with him sitting there thing saying, did we win? Or something like that. He's just like, ugh.
No, what was it saying?
He's like, Andy Goon.
I think I knocked him the fuck out or some shit like that. But
that was really it. But what excites me more than anything is Stuart has said to me this morning that Goon 2's coming out next year.
I read that fucking...
It's the best pals.
That D. Chamel was fucking...
producing it.
He's writing it again.
It's like awesome.
See what he's like in the fucking big leagues.
I'm guessing it'll probably be like Goon 2 and it'll be like the big leagues. But what's it? It was like Battle of the Thugs or something it's going to be called. I'm guessing he's probably him and the Flame will get called up to like the NHL or something like that.
Aye.
And you'll have...
They'll go back to the fucking... whoever the Flame was...
Yeah, he'll be like the world best, but he's his protector basically, and it'll be like the fights against like the real hard asses of the NHL.
The real... I think the black guy squared up with.
Yeah.
I take it he bound to have been a real hockey player because he was the only one that never knocked out.
Yeah.
He must have been a real hockey player. He was huge.
Oh, he was. Or he's just been a huge black guy that they filmed for Bum Wars.
Oh, maybe. No, I just assumed that he's either a hockey player or an American football player.
It was one of the things that I was sort of watching like throughout the film. I was thinking to myself, I was like, how many of them do you reckon actually play hockey, or if they're just folk that are at the ice rink and it's like, right, yeah, it's okay. And it's the amount that like usually in these sort of films, it's real teams. If you know what I mean. None of the teams were real, so they'll be at real arenas, but all these strips that have made thousands of fake replica tops for fans in the crowds and for. Because like I've googled it like enough in eBay and stuff to be like I want a Halifax top. Can't buy one. No. I've tried looking for like if there's like an official movie. No. And I was like, but surely there's going to be a good few hundred of these tops made for fans for everything. Can't I find any from any of the teams? And there's what it probably plays about like 10 teams throughout that you see like snippets of them with their strips on. So. But no, it's like I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it too. It was a good film.
Better than Mighty Ducks.
Why? Better than Mighty Ducks.
However, can you imagine Mighty Ducks, but the kids done that?
That's just wrong.
Mighty Ducks 2, the Goon edition. Just some wee fat kid that's scrap, like
The goalkeeper just comes in and actually was
that was the best bit was when in the film when there was at the end of the two sort of the big fight, all of them started in the two goalies, and the goalie just fucking clothesline each other, and they just lying there like
knocked the fuck out.
And it's the wee sort of the wee gay one that repeats everything. I don't know what he's meant to be. He's just sitting in the team. It's like, yeah, what he said. And it all of a sudden just becomes Hulk Hogan, and he's just beating this guy senseless, like stomping on him. It's just like, what the fuck?
But I thought it was a really good film. Well thought out.
As well, you thought out, as long as there's enough violence in it, it's just. In fact, there's a bit of story to carry it, so it's not just violence. Because I was trying to think, there used to be there was a fighting one years ago. It was like Never Back Down or whatever it was. Do you know what I'm about? It's one of these ones, and it's the same sort of story of he loves the girl, but the girl has like a boyfriend. But the boyfriend's the fighter, so he learns to become a fighter, and then somebody trains him up, and then it sort of goes on to that he's like it's basically like a really shit Karate Kid.
Right.
But all these films have got that same sort of. I don't know if it's just because it's a sports film or what. They all seem to have that same sort of wee background to it.
He was a fucking the good guy hates the bad guy.
But there's no real hate in this one, which is what I quite like about it. Is like there is a respect there between the two of them because he's the new guy in the block who is like the boss, but this guy is the boss who's been there. He's done everything, and that was his last game, and it's all built for him. Because he accepted his Hall of Fame at the beginning, and his ship got retired, and
I retired on the Shamrocks.
What I quite like was the Glot's best friend, who had to be the dirtiest bastard thing I've ever met or seen in my life. It's just everything he was doing, he was like constantly wanting to blow somebody, or just like every second word was like he should host this show, like the Films and Swearing, like. Like we've swore quite a bit recently, but that was just like
filth.
It's when his boss was in, and he was like, what was his boss like? I quit, and he was like, oh, don't blow a pussy, and he started shouting at him, and he's like, you got 10 minutes, you come back here, and you suck my dick or something like that. Like, really?
It was good.
It was a good
I
film.
enjoyed it. Right, 5-finger film, punch time. You ken what the numbers are, do you? Or do you want me to tell you again?
Yeah.
Let you pick.
I'm going to start with a 4.
Ooh,
it's not a perfect film in my eyes, but there's one of the things for a sports film. I enjoyed it. There's enough violence enough.
So you're going to watch? You've watched it. You're going to buy it and watch it again.
I already have it, and I have watched it more than once. Yes.
Nice. I'd probably be the same because I think I own it. I've got that much fucking Blu-rays, I take it what I've got anyway. But I've been number 4 as well. I'd be watch it, buy it, watch it again.
It's one of the things that I say it's on E4 or More 4 or whatever, every movie 4.
It's an easy, happy watch.
Oh, aye.
You just put it on and sit and watch it. And you don't need to pay attention too much because you just look around when you hear some cunt getting punched and
that's it.
Look away again.
It's like, to me, that's what, like, when they have like your big boxing main events, we could just stick Goon on the big screen beforehand instead of having like
get all the G'd up.
It's like, you can imagine like WrestleMania, but we all know the first 6 matches are going to be shit, so here's Goon. Like, yes! I expect my millions now. Undertaker match.
Oh, Undertaker match and see him win or surprisingly get beat. Right, what do we usually say? Mentions.
You mention your website.
What is that website?
www.filmsandswearing.co.uk.
No!
Why not?
Fucking loser, get left. That's the last podcast you're ever doing. www.filmsandswearing.com.
.com. It's a 50-50.
Right, and you fail.
Oh well. I still got the first bit right.
Kinda. Right, that's us.
That's us, yes.
What we do? What are you telling them to do then?
Go stick a phone up your arse and listen to this podcast.
That's just so fucking wrong, it's unbelievable. Fuck off and tune in next week. We're going to hear words like that, was just fucking disgusting.